Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Brooke Buckner alongside meteorologist Simone Thomas, and I know a lot of you plan to spend tomorrow with your mom, and as Simone just said, it might be a wet Mother's Day.
Yeah, we are tracking that there are some scattered showers and storms across the state. Now today we were lucky enough to keep that rain coverage mainly south of central Arkansas. South and east, we're starting to see more of that rain coverage moving into east central Arkansas. As we continue through the overnight hours, those showers and storms will kind of make their way a little bit closer to home base here in the capital city. Here's what we're tracking for your Sunday as far as those rain chances. You see the best chance of rain coverage is going to be in east central Arkansas, kind of closer towards the Mississippi River, but most of the central Arkansas coverage area with that 50-50 chance of showers and storms, which means the whole day won't be a washout, but there will be some points in the day that'll be rainier than others. Now, temperatures tomorrow slightly cooler than today because of the additional clouds and rainfall. Upper 60s to lower 70s is expected across the board. We'll talk more about that preview of summer I mentioned earlier in your 11-day outlook.
Thanks, Simone. For some, the floods and tornadoes of April are now a distant memory, but for others, the impacts are still lingering. THV 11's Carter Thweet caught up with the Arkansas Red Cross today to show us some of the help that's available.
Brooke, I spent the morning in West Little Rock where people affected by any of April's weather events could come for a number of things, the biggest one being financial help.
The mission with the American Red Cross is to alleviate human suffering.
And unfortunately, there was plenty of that at the Red Cross's Little Rock office on Saturday. Almost everyone who came in had some kind of story of a flooded basement or a tree falling on their house. Jill Eves with the Red Cross says they're all too aware of the problems so many are facing.
We really want to be there to help support the community. So floods, tornadoes, straight line winds, any kind of natural disaster like that, we want to be there to support.
That support first coming in the form of a greeting and free snacks to take home. Then visitors could meet with volunteers like Willie Hopkins to discuss financial assistance.
I was a member of the Arkansas Army National Guard, and we was doing a flood on the Arkansas, on the Red River in Texarkana down that way. And the Red Cross was kind of assisting too.
That was Hopkins' first encounter with the Red Cross, and he never forgot it. So when he retired a few years ago, he decided he wanted to devote some of his time to the organization's mission.
I just enjoyed it. I've been doing it for, like I say, 4 years now, and I don't regret it.
The people there Saturday were grateful for his help and that of all the staff and volunteers.
The symbol of the American Red Cross, it really gives that symbol of hope. And we've really been seeing people come in and they're hopeful, you know, they're kind of lost, and giving them a sense of direction and providing that assistance has really been key.
And if you missed today's event, don't worry, you can still apply for financial help on the Red Cross's website or by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS. However, do be warned, the last day to apply if you were impacted by any of April's weather events is this Monday.
All right, thank you, Carter. Over to Jefferson County now, where the Quorum Court is one step closer to passing a 2025 budget after meeting last night. But when the Quorum Court met, one key member was missing. Judge Gerald Robinson did not attend, which means even though a budget has been approved, it still needs a signature before it can go into effect. It's something Quorum Court members hope happens sooner rather than later so the county can move forward.
Myself and the other 7 JPs, we're trying to move Jefferson County forward, and there is no agenda behind it other than to help the county.
If Robinson doesn't sign the budget within 7 days, it still becomes law. And the judge did provide a statement, which you can read on our website, thv11.com. Arkansas college athletes will now keep more of the money they earn from their name, image, and likeness, thanks to a new law signed by Governor Sanders, making that income tax exempt. Jacob Luthley explains how the change could make Arkansas more attractive to student athletes.
This bill is all about competitioning, doing our best to make sure that Arkansas athletes, people that choose to come educate and be part of our system, have the best opportunity to be successful.
Money student athletes earn from their name, image, and likeness is now exempt from state taxes in Arkansas. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders signed the bill last month, amending the state's Student Athlete Publicity Rights Act. Bill sponsor Bart Hester says the tax break only applies to payments made directly by universities.
And as far as Arkansas, if they do any of the revenue sharing, any school in Arkansas, that revenue that the athlete receives will not be taxable. So if someone goes out to the local car dealership and gets $1 million deal, that is certainly, they're responsible to pay income taxes on that. But what they receive from the university will not.
The new law also exempts those payments from disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act. Fayetteville attorney Adam Rose says that helps protect student athletes.
It comes down to the safety of the students, right? These are still typically younger adults. I don't think they want their information to get out there and have people have access to them, especially, some of these people have millions and millions of followers. And so you're talking about a lot of exposure for young people.
Rose also believes the law makes Arkansas a more attractive option for recruits choosing where to play.
And I think that's going to give Arkansas a leg up when it comes to recruiting, for sure, because now those athletes are looking here, and being here is less of a financial burden on them as compared to other universities.
Although signed in April, the law retroactively took effect in January. An exciting day at UAPB as future, past, and present Golden Lions gathered for the spring commencement ceremony. The day made even more special as Grammy Award-winning recording artist Smokey Norfolk spoke to the graduates who walked the stage, hoping to leave them with an unforgettable message.
I hope they see in me that I am no different than they are, and I've been celebrated around the world with all kind of accolades, and it's been a phenomenal journey. I hope they look at what God has done through me and realize that the same God that has favored me in extraordinary ways is able and willing to do the same things through them.
Norfolk graduated from UAPB and says he always loves the opportunity to come back home. Developing this weekend, the Arkansas Department of Health has confirmed 2 more cases of the measles, now bringing the total of confirmed cases in the state to 6. These 2 new patients reportedly tested positive in Faulkner County in the last week. The Department of Health listed 3 exposure spots that led to those cases. And nationwide, cases also eclipsed 1,000 this weekend. You can learn more about all of the reported cases and specific exposure locations in Arkansas right now on THV11.com.
Well, the Constitution is clear, and that, of course, is the supreme law of the land, that the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus can be suspended in a time of invasion.
Members of the administration are considering suspending the practice of habeas corpus for migrants, a legal procedure that allows people to challenge their detention in court. On Friday, President Trump signed an executive order providing financial incentive for migrants living in the U.S. illegally to self-deport. He says that illegal migrants can book a free flight to any country except the U.S. and warned if they do not leave, they will face, quote, severe consequences. Tonight, a death at a correctional institution in South Carolina is now under investigation after prison officials say 40-year-old Leo Jermaine Cheeks was found unresponsive in his cell last night. The Department of Corrections is calling his death suspicious. Cheeks was serving a 6-year sentence for second-degree burglary and had been moved to the facility just last month. Tonight, Pope Leo XIV is preparing to address the faithful in St. Peter's Square, with Sunday's Mass being his first as head of the world's Roman Catholics. Today, the pontiff took his first trip outside the Vatican to visit the tomb of Pope Francis. And as the new pope lays out his vision for the future, we're learning new details about his past. CBS's Katie Wise has been digging into the Pope's Creole roots in New Orleans.
Pope Leo XIV, the first American leader of the world's Roman Catholic faithful, embodies the multicultural fabric that is the United States. His connection to New Orleans, researched by historian Jari Anora.
It highlights the role that Catholics of color, that Black Catholics have always played.
Historical records show that all 4 of the Pope's maternal great-grandparents were free people of color. His maternal grandparents listed as mulatto and Black.
This just underscores how interwoven all of our families are.
The family moved with the Great Migration north, away from the Jim Crow South. They settled in Chicago in the early 1900s, where Pope Leo grew up. His brother told CBS's John Dickerson they rarely spoke about their Creole roots, and Pope Leo has not spoken publicly about his racial identity.
Do you think there's a possibility then, if you were to go further back, that some of his lineage may have been enslaved?
Absolutely.
The new pope's ancestry inspiring New Orleans Catholics.
I think if there was going to be a first American pope, this is a very good person to take on that role.
Katie Weiss, CBS News, New Orleans.
As you're making plans to celebrate Mom tomorrow, wouldn't hurt to have that rain gear. Spotty to scattered showers and storms expected throughout the day and into the afternoon. More details on the week ahead are coming up after the break.